Alright, welcome back to another edition of Aquaponics World. And what I've done over the week is I raised the water level. I did a little short about that, and basically the roots are floating on top of the water and the plant is draped over the side of the tank. If you've been following along with this squash, I had a smaller tank and it did the same thing with the smaller tank and less water. It was able to climb over the side of the glass and hang over it like a trellis. It is a lot of weight on that side, but basically the seed pod that I planted the seed in is staying above the water, which is fine at this point. I mean, it's definitely going to get water through capillary, and it's got roots long enough to even be touching in the water. And the plant, so when I had the water level a lot lower, the plant was sitting inside the water, and I don't really want to grow the plant in the water. I definitely don't want to grow my squash in the water. So I raised the water level up and draped it over the top of this bigger tank, just like it was with the smaller tank. And obviously I don't have a way to hang the lights on this side. I would love to be able to look at my plant, but I have the lights sitting on the wall here, so it's easier for the plant to absorb the light with it facing that way. So sorry you don't get a good view of the plant, but today I'm doing my quarter water change out, and basically because I don't have a water pump, I was thinking about this today. If I had a water pump, I could keep the water flowing and only do a quarter water change out like I do with the fish tank. But because I don't have pumps in these yet, I'm going to dump all the water out, clean the fish tanks out, and then put the plants back in with some fresh water with some fresh fertilizer. So I'm doing that weekly. The plants seem to like it. So here we go. All right, well, now for the fun part. So we're going to take the bubblers out. I'm going to rinse those off as we take them out. And they are not wrapped around the roots this time because I have a bigger fish tank. So I definitely suggest the size 5. I think that's size 5.5 Aquien is probably, I would assume, like a 5.5 gallon. I don't know. I don't have a gallon measuring device. So anyways, I'm just going to grab this root ball at the same time as I grab this plant, because it's still fragile. And I'm going to set the plant down on the table here, and the roots in this little container so that the table doesn't get wet. Then I'm going to go ahead and wash this. Alright, now that I've got the water filled up, I'm going to add some fertilizer to that. And of course, still using the General Hydroponics Flora Grow 516 and the General Hydroponics Flora Bloom 054 and the Flora Micro General Hydroponics 501. And the instructions are on the back. So for transition to bloom, it's 2 teaspoons per gallon of each one of the different colors. And that's per gallon, so this is 5 gallons. So I'm going to be doing 5 times 2, 10 teaspoons of each. And make sure you don't use tablespoons. You want teaspoons. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of this stuff if I keep doing this. This is a lot of water. You know what I need is a shelf in there. I mean, I just wanted to be able to droop over the side, and for it to do that, this water level has to be super high. I want to have enough room to put my hand in there. I just don't have the right size, shape tank. I need a perfectly sized shaped tank for this project, but what I'm going to do probably is put something at the bottom for the roots to sit on, and for the plant to be able to make it over the top for the trellis effect. But anyway, for right now, we're going to use a lot of fertilizer. 10 teaspoons of each. Okay, so that's about it. Just went ahead and dumped all the water out of this one because it was all muddy. I'm gonna have to get some new tanks for these big plants here. The blueberry is bigger, barely fits in there. And there's absolutely nothing keeping this from sinking. It's interesting. I don't really want it that low. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to pour some of this water out. That's too low. I guess as the roots get heavier, you gotta be careful not to put too much water. I mean, they're floating with my squash, but with the blueberry, its roots are so heavy that it just sits on the bottom. And the roots have to be tall enough to make it past the water. So we're looking at a lot lower than that. Another 2 more inches of water has to come out. Alright, and it's standing up at the bottom, and the water's not covering up the plant. So that's it for the hydroponic plants. I hope you enjoy watching. You guys have a great day. Hope you had a great weekend. Bye!